Have you tried to quit smoking many times but failed? Do you want to know what actually happens to your body when you quit this deadly habit? Because here's what nobody tells you. Quitting isn't just about willpower. There is a precise, measurable, hour-by-hour biological transformation that kicks in the second you stop. And once you understand what your body is actually doing during that process, the whole thing starts to feel less like deprivation and more like a rescue mission. First, real quick, let's establish what we're dealing with. Every single puff of a cigarette floods your bloodstream with over 7,000 toxic chemicals. And among those, more than 60 are confirmed carcinogens. 60 substances that are scientifically proven to cause cancer. But here's the one that actually surprises most people. One of the most immediately dangerous things in cigarette smoke isn't even nicotine, it's carbon monoxide. Yeah, the same gas your home detector is designed to wake you up about at 2 a.m. because it will silently kill you. Every cigarette delivers a dose of it directly into your lungs. And carbon monoxide is brutal to your red blood cells. It binds to hemoglobin about 240 times more strongly than oxygen does, essentially hijacking the cells that are supposed to be carrying oxygen to every tissue in your body.
You're done for!
No, it can't be! Leave me alone!
I've got you now!
Your heart, your brain, your muscles, all running on less oxygen than they should be, every single day. So what happens the moment that stops? This is where it gets genuinely exciting. 20 minutes after your last cigarette, just 20 minutes, your heart rate and blood pressure begin dropping back to normal. That's not days. That's before your coffee gets cold. By hour 8, carbon monoxide levels in your blood drop by 50%. Your red blood cells start reclaiming their actual job. And by hour 12, that gas is completely gone from your system. Blood oxygen back to 100% normal. Your heart, which was working overtime to compensate, finally gets to ease up. But here's an interesting twist. Day 2 is actually the hardest. By the 48-hour mark, nicotine in your bloodstream hits 0. This is when withdrawal peaks. Irritability, anxiety, difficulty focusing, all real, all biological, all temporary. Your brain's dopamine system got structurally rewired by years of nicotine, and it takes a few weeks to rebalance. Knowing it's temporary and mechanical, not a personal failure, matters more than most people realize. And also, at 48 hours, something kind of beautiful happens. Your taste and smell nerve endings, which smoking had been progressively numbing, start coming back online. I have to tell you about my neighbor for a second. She smoked for about 12 years and quit last spring. She texted me maybe 5 days after quitting. It was 11 p.m. And the message just said, "I just ate a peach and almost cried. What is happening to me?" What was happening was her nervous system healing. In real time, by hour 72, the bronchial tubes in your lungs fully relax and open up. Airways that were chronically inflamed and constricted start loosening. People describe it as suddenly being able to take a breath they haven't taken in years. And your energy levels? Noticeably up, because more oxygen is actually getting through. Now let's zoom out, because this is where the data gets almost hard to believe. From weeks 2 through 12, your circulation improves dramatically. The tiny capillaries that smoking had constricted start reopening. Oxygenation of your peripheral tissues increases. Hands and feet that were chronically cold, a classic sign of poor circulation in smokers, start warming up. Between months 3 and 9, measurable lung function improves by 10 to 30%. That's not a feeling. That shows up on a pulmonary function test. And the cilia, those tiny hair-like structures in your airways whose job is to sweep out debris and pathogens, start regenerating after years of being paralyzed by smoke. Fewer respiratory infections, fewer chest colds, your lungs quietly rebuilding themselves. At 1 year, your risk of coronary heart disease drops by 50% compared to someone still smoking. Half. Gone. In 12 months. At 5 years, your stroke risk falls to the same level as a lifelong non-smoker. The arterial damage, which most people assume is permanent, largely reverses. At 10 years, your risk of dying from lung cancer cuts in half. And at 15 years, Your cardiovascular risk profile is statistically identical to someone who never smoked a single cigarette in their life. 15 years sounds like a long time, but think about it this way. If you're 30 and you quit today, by 45, your heart has no biological memory of cigarettes. It has completely moved on. Your body doesn't hold a grudge. It just gets to work. Here's what I want you to take away from this. Quitting smoking isn't your body suffering through withdrawal. It's your body sprinting toward repair the moment it gets the chance. 20 minutes in, your heart calms down. 12 hours in, your blood oxygen is back. 1 year in, your heart disease risk is cut in half. The biology is not ambiguous. It is never too late. And the return starts in minutes. Not months, not years. Minutes. If this gave you something useful, a fact, a new way to think about it, maybe a little extra motivation, hit subscribe. Every week we dig into health and biology like this, and I try to actually make it interesting. And if someone in your life is trying to quit right now, send them this video, not as pressure, just as information, because sometimes understanding what your body is doing is exactly what makes it stick. See you next week, and if you're still here, you might want to watch this next.